Today on the channel, we got a real downer from NECA. Last Ronin, we got the 3 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ghost Brothers.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we're back to the NECA Last Ronin line for the 3 Ghost Brothers. But for all your Ghost Brothers needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use the link in the description down below to support the channel. Got to get a deal out there or something like that. But of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And the Ghost Brothers are finally here. This was originally, I think, a NECA store exclusive, or it went up for pre-order from NECA store first. Now it's hitting traditional retail. I just happened on a Sunday night, walk into my local Target, and there it was sitting on the shelf, I guess is what it'd be, sitting on the shelf in the NECA set. And I said, ooh, I will take that. You guys know I'm a sucker for translucent plastic, so I had to have this in my collection. It's a little bit sad too, because spoiler alert, we got 3 of the dead turtle brothers here. It's just a sad time. When you grew up with the Ninja Turtles, you kind of feel like you knew these guys. Kind of like when Optimus Prime died once upon a time. It was like losing a family member. The total opposite, Todd McFarlane, when Duke was going to die in the G.I. Joe movie. I remember everybody stood up in the audience and was clapping and all that kind of stuff. One of the recent showings here for one of the anniversaries when I was out there, everybody was just, I didn't do that. I sat there. I was like, yeah, I'm not a Duke guy either, but I wouldn't stand up and applaud in the middle of the theater. But a lot of Duke hate out there, as we do know. But very sad to see the 3 fallen brothers, but kind of cool in like the Spirit Ghost, Spirit Force, like a young Yoda or Obi-Wan or Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars. Kind of got a little of that going on right here. So I'm here for that. So it'll be interesting to see, and we'll of course compare it to The Last Ronin, and you're going to figure out which one's The Last Ronin if you didn't know already. So as I said, spoiler alert, this is your last warning on that. But let's dive into the packaging first here. Lenticular display on this one here. So depending which way you turn it, you can see just The Last Ronin hanging out, or you can turn it and you can see the Ghost Brothers just hanging out right there. And you got the classic Last Ronin packaging design. Last Ronin on the side of the package here, looking a little dodgy there is what we'll say. The Michael Jordan of Last Ronin figures here at number 23 with the classic Last Ronin artwork. Last Ronin on the top up there. Then there it is, some Ghost Brothers on the back of the package. Basically 3 of the same figures, different heads, different weapons, is what it is for the most part. And then we do got a traditional NECA flap right here. You can see the 3 brothers in there. And then you get a little bit of a, I guess we'll call it a street scene right there. I don't know. Do what you want to do with that, I guess is what you can do. Not a bad piece of business, but we'll see. Let's see what happens and see what we're dealing with here inside the package. Oh my goodness, there's a lot going on. It's a heavy packaging with that lenticular card right on there. Reminds me of score trading cards back in the day. Todd, you used to score a lot, didn't you? I know I did, that's for sure. But there's the extra hands. Same hands across the board. Gotta get the most out of your molds, ×3. And then you got the same turtles, just a few little tweaks, a few little differences here, but gotta get the most out of your molds, as we do know. But we got twist ties for days, so I'm gonna take all this out of the package. We'll be back talking all things Ghost Brothers. All right, we got the Turtle Brothers out of the package. Let's dive in. Let's start with the hands. Now we get 3 sets of these hands here. Just gonna go through one set because they're all the same, honestly. But we do get the splayed out hands, looking very nice. Of course, you can turtle high five, do whatever you want to do. You got a little splayed out hands here, the 3 fingers, of course. And then we got the gripping hands right here. So we got gripping hands out of the package. And it looks like every turtle brother coming with the fist of fury. They're ready to throw down like a ghost, though. They're going to punch right through you like a young ghost dad, Bill Cosby. Too soon? Too soon, of course, for the Bill Cosby jokes. But we do got the Ghost Brothers here, and I was almost going to say the Ghost Dads, but no, Ghost Brothers right here, and we're going to dive into them, and I guess we'll start with Donatello first. Everybody's favorite turtle, it seems like, these days, and he comes with his patented bow staff. You got to have that, but brings to the attention here, he's a ghost. How is he holding on to this staff unless it is truly a ghost staff, a ghost weapon? Could be, but we do get that with him. Now we're diving into Donatello right here. Looking at the head sculpt here, I guess I know it's Donatello because he's got the purple bandana, got some goggles up over the top, which is a nice little extra pizzazz, a little extra touch. I'm here for that, of course. Body style looks good. Got the utility belt around the waist. All kinds of pockets. He's got all kinds of stuff stored in there. Probably a pizza slicer too. Ghost pizza, of course. Got the knee pads here, looking interesting. Got all the wrappings on the forearms. Got the wrappings on the feet. You got some more on the back here as far as little packages going on there. Looking good. Little pockets, I guess, is what they are. But he's got plenty of pockets going on, no doubt. And then you got a spot to store, of course, his bow staff. So Ghost's not going to be doing a whole lot of fighting, but you can store that on him if that is your thing. Ooh, a little hard to get in there, though, I will say. Yeah, the bow staff a little thicker than it needs to be, I think. So it's not going to go in there perfectly there. Does got holes on his feet. We're going to put him in here. There's not going to be a ton to talk about with these guys. Is basically, it's 3 of the exact same figure with some little bit of differences here. And I guess let's take a look at Leo next. I'm going to pull that out right there. We're going to take a look at Leo, and it seemingly is basically the same figure here. Now, you get a little bit of differences here. On the strap on the chest is a little bit different. Obviously, he's got the spot for his katana blades in the back, so there's some differences there as well. Elbow pads a little bit different. So just little minute differences, but the figure is going to be the same thing between all these turtles. Now this one, we got Leo up here. You got the blue bandana looking very nice. Very grim look on his face. He's a ghost after all. He probably wishes he was among the living, I'm sure. Translucent plastic. Now it's not strikingly translucent plastic or glow-in-the-dark plastic or anything where you know right away. You look at it, it's almost like a frosted transparent. It's got a little bit of green in it, but it is a little bit translucent there. Now, one watch out with translucent figures over many decades is the brittle nature. I think there's been a lot of advances with some of that stuff lately. So hopefully these don't have any brittle joints in the future or break off at the arm or something, as that's been known to happen. Looking at you, Green Goddess from the Masters of the Universe Classics line once upon a time. But they do look good, though. I really do like the ghost feel, and it looks like the ghost feel that came from, of course, the book, that if you've read The Last Ronin as well. But nice looking Leo right here. He should also fit on a ringside collectible stand. There we go. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. You know the drill by now over there at Ringside Collectibles. Fits right there. Now we're diving over to Raph. I guess we should probably talk about his katana blades, huh? I forgot that one. Silver blades. Probably seen them before. We've had so many. Nothing standing out right off the top of my head, though. But looking nice here. You got the bronze gold kind of down the bottom there. And then you got the nice handle. 2 katana blades. Then moving over to Raphael, which most turtle fans going to be able to figure out which one is the living turtle after all these years here with The Last Ronin. But you get Raphael on his size right here, classic size, got the red on the handles here, keeping it on brand with being Raphael. Now I can see people look at this and say, is this Michelangelo or Raphael? Because the red does have a little bit of an orange feel to it, but obviously it is Raphael right here. Once again, very similar stylings, no strap over the top for him here. And I guess his holsters, oh, right there in the front. He's got a holsters for his size right up front here. So you got a spot to hold those in there if you need to. A little different in the knee pad departments as well. Looking very menacing there. Also looks a little bit like a bruiser. He's a little bit of an angry guy, Raphael, as we do know. Got the teeth showing there as well. Looking pretty good. Got those beady eyes, translucent plastic. Now the head goes back forth, side to side, up and down. Pretty good movement there. Arms all the way around for us. Got to move out of the way to get around that big shell, though. We got a bicep cut. Yep. Double jointed pinless elbows. How about that? We're here for that. Fist, of course, back forth, side to side. Hands removable on this one. No waist articulation, obviously, but he's got those splits. He can go up for that side kick if he needs to. Leg goes up and falls right off. Breaks right off on you. Thankfully, it did not break off. These hips remind me of the new AEW Jazzware styling here, where at first I thought that was broken, but it just pops right back in for you, so that's nice to have. Unfortunately, not a lot of movement up front here. You're blocked by that shell. No way you could do a really good front kick. It's all about the side kick with these turtles, apparently, there. Like a young Jonathan Brandis once upon a time, I guess is what it's going to be. Double jointed knees, once again, pinless knees. No boot cut. Nope, no boot cut. Ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down. 2 toes down there, all wrapped up, looking good. And that is Raphael, and that is the Ghost Brothers. 3 figures normally be a lot more to talk about, but the way they got this set up here, it's basically the 3 figures with a little bit of differences in different heads to make the Ghost Brothers. Now, there is one more turtle to talk about. It is Michelangelo, who ended up taking all of his brother's weapons, of course. And we got Michelangelo as the last Ronin, a very interesting choice as the last Ronin as well. I do like this one. It is weird how he's a little bit bigger, but I guess it says in the story that the turtles constantly got bigger as they age with the mutation and stuff. So he's a little bit bigger than his brothers. But it's an interesting depiction of the Ninja Turtles. Never thought I'd have, I guess, basically dead Ninja Turtles in my collection with the Ghost Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of course, Donatello, Raphael, and Leonardo, part of the last Ronin line. Fun for what it is, a pricey set though, around $100. So that's not going to be for everybody. And it is really the definition of getting the most out of your molds, almost like a cheap grab for cash. However, I can see people wanting this one. You put this with your Anakin Skywalker, your Obi-Wan Kenobi, your Yoda. Yeah, you're right, your Mace Windu. You can do that as well if you wanted to. Get some of your Force Ghost figures out there, throw the turtles in there, and you just have a ghost party if you want to. Somebody grab Casper while we're at it. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? But there it is, Last Ronin Ghost Brothers. Not a bad piece of business, not going to be for everybody. I love translucent plastic. I'm all in on the Last Ronin line, so had to pick these ones up, but I can see people saying, maybe I don't need this. Maybe I'll wait for a sale. I understand that. But what about you? What's your plans with this set? You going to pick it up? Long game, no game, hard pass game? I'm not so sure game. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over there on Patreon. Patreon, your best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. You can also check out YouTube channel memberships if that's more your speed. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show, my weekly podcast, wherever available. I guess available on all audio podcast platforms, basically with videocast on YouTube. So for the Ghost Brothers, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
I'm solid.